Hi, in this video we're going to delve into the answer to the question, how do coaches affect athletes' mental health? Coaches play a crucial role in helping athletes develop their skills and athleticism and sport-specific talents, but also they play a crucial role in developing that positive mental attitude and mental toughness and resilience. Today we'll delve into just how they do that. First part of this video, we'll take a look at the power of language and how coaches can use language to shape the positive attitude and impact the mental health of their athletes. We'll look at also how they can help to shape positive beliefs and how they can interrupt negative patterns of limiting beliefs. We'll look at establishing the positive culture or climate. We'll look at building the positive synergy and utilizing their team and group dynamics. And then we'll look at a real-life example of a coach who did this well. So one of the things that coaches really can learn how to do is learn the subtle impacts of their language. Now, there's been a couple schools of coaching over the years, and one is you tear down the person so you can build them back up. And while that has kind of been that old school kind of idea that Bobby Knight was one who exemplified that school, it has some real high risks with that. And it's really important to understand that the language you use can embed negative emotions. It can also embed limiting beliefs, or it can reinforce those that already exist, or it can do the opposite, right? It can interrupt negative patterns of thinking, embed suggestions for positive, that is both with emotions and beliefs. But understanding how to use your language is crucial in that. A very simple example is the idea of using negatives, right? So if I tell you that something is really hard and it's difficult, you're going to have to work really hard because this is one of the most difficult things you can learn to do. That's completely different than saying, I can't tell you that learning this new skill is going to be easy. What I can tell you is that when you master it, you're going to have greater success. So the use of negatives can have a huge impact in shaping the internal representations of the athlete. And there's many more that coaches really should learn how to master to be effective. Similarly, they do the same thing with beliefs, right? The skill is uncovering those unconscious beliefs that an athlete has that they're holding on to, and then interrupting that belief and constantly suggesting new beliefs, getting them into a success loop as well, showing them ways to get successful. So they're reinforcing positive changes as you're working on developing some new beliefs, or even if it's a new skill and they don't really believe that that's really not my style or something like that, right? That's a limiting belief that a coach can interrupt that pattern and shape new ones. It can be very challenging for a coach to do that and do that well. And depending on the level of the athlete, that will also vary the tools that you might use to get that job done. So creating an environment is all about leadership, and it's really constantly being positive in your own language, positive in your own actions, having your coaches who are around with you looking for ways to interrupt negativity, getting athletes to focus on the moment, right? And then being in that moment, understanding that that moment is all there is, but each of those moments build towards the end goal, the end result. So it's being clear on what the end mission is, the end goal, and then what you need to break down, what you need to do to get there, and then you're focusing on that most immediate step. That's particularly true in game competition, but you build a culture around that. New England Patriots were famous for their do your job kind of culture, right? You come in, you got a job to do your job. And that was epitomized from both Bill Belichick and Tom Brady and how they worked together and basically were two of the crucial leaders in disseminating that culture. They weren't alone, obviously, but that culture emanated, and then each other, the players, and they would all support each other in that goal, right? So they're building that sort of synergy towards the end result. So again, that culture builds synergy. The synergy is where you know you each have each other's back, right? You're going to help the person when they are in a slump, when things aren't going well. Everybody thinks about not just their job, but how they can, if they see somebody struggling, interrupt that pattern and build positivity, right? You're holding each other accountable. You're holding people accountable for doing their job, doing their off-season workouts, doing their whatever it is, to not only make themselves better, but help the team better. So all of that is integrated into a well-run coaching system. Probably one of the greatest coaches of all time in doing this was at the collegiate level. John Wooden became famous for his ability to teach people, teach his athletes, not only a winning attitude, not only how to get better, but how to win off the court, how to win in the classroom, how to win in life. He was famous for this, and he won more NCAA championships than any coach in history. John Wooden epitomized this idea of building people up, teaching, coaching, holding them accountable, building a culture of winning. So Wooden, by building this culture, it not only helped in the recruiting, right, so he gets good players, but he was able to win 7 consecutive NCAA men's basketball championships and 10 overall. That's unheard of. That's unprecedented. And his players they sang his praises. They had such utmost respect for him. But John Wooden epitomizes this idea of what a coach can do to positively impact players, not only their ability, but their mental health. I invite you to subscribe to our channel, check out our other videos, but I also encourage you to register for our free webinar, The Psychology of Winning, which will go over all this kind of information. It's designed for coaches and parents, as well as athletes. So sign up for that, check that out today, and I'll see you in the next video.